Hello again, guys and gals. Welcome back to Fendt Farm. It's been a busy week here on Fendt Farm. Been making a fair bit of progress. So since you were last here, I have fertilised all of our fields one more time with a weeder. Got them all up to stage 3, ready for harvesting. We have got time moving at 5 times normal speed to try and encourage that crop growth. And while that's been going on as well, I have also been doing a lot of mowing. So we have a nice little selection of grass fields on our farm. We have obviously fields 32, 27 and 34 down here. We've got 33 up top, which we can go and mow as well. And then we also have 9, 10, 11 and 12 up by our other farm, and I have actually mowed and rowed those as well. So plenty of grass we're adding here into the silage pit. The plan being to get enough to be able to afford some new equipment, so some storage mods for beets. Get some beet harvesting equipment in, and really get everything set up to get our pigs fed with grains and crops rather than using, palleted food. They are starting to get a little bit hungry. They are almost out of food. So definitely kind of need to work on that. We might have to buy 1 or 2 pallets just to tide them over. But as you can see, I've been very busy with a lot of grass work. Because silage is pretty good on this map, as you know. It's about 4 times as high a price as it is on this map compared to others. So it's definitely a great way to make money. This is why I haven't really done it very often, because it is worth so much. It's kind of a little bit of a cheat on this map if you just do nothing but silage. I also don't want to do too much silage. And for the same reason, this is why all of my grass fields have remained native grass. I didn't want to really overdo the yield bonus by having lots of grass fields all at stage 3 fertilisation. Plus, I think just in general, they look nicer when they have the green underground as opposed to the brown soil underneath that shows through when you've got a worked field. I think they just look nicer as grass fields when it's native. So the fact that we're getting a lower yield off these fields, well, the lowest yield possible, because the grass has no fertilisation whatsoever, not even the basic stage 1 you get when you mow a worked field. It's the lowest possible yield, and that kind of counteracts the bonus of the high value of the silage, because we have to work a little bit harder to earn it. So it kind of justifies the cheatiness of doing silage on this map, by meaning you're working a lot harder to actually get that grass than you are on some other farms. So I'm going to carry on doing this, and once we have filled all of our grass, we will start compacting and fermenting for some silage. So this is our final load of grass. Get this unloaded, and then we'll start processing everything that we have here. So we'll compact it up, get it all squashed and ready, and then we'll ferment it and sell it. First, let's put this away. So, where is... There it is, the pressure washer. Look at the pixelation there. Sometimes the mud effect can look a bit naff when you get really close to it. But generally, I like the look of the mud look. So clean the loading wagon, give our tractor a nice good clean as well. Just a little bit of mud left. There we go. And we'll park the trailer. All right, so I'm going to use the 939, not the 939. Sorry, I'm going to use the 828 to work the pit, just simply because it's the biggest and the heaviest of the tractors that I've got, so it'll help speed up compaction. So let's shoot on over and grab the 828. I also want to do a little bit of customizing on this thing. So we currently have wide tyres. We're going to go for broad wheels and weight, and I want to give this thing a repaint as well. So we're going to go with a white paint job. Oh yeah. There she is. Our new look 828. Resplendent in white. And with the wheel weights, that'll certainly help the compaction as well. Doesn't she look beautiful? Alright. I'll meet you back at the silage pit. So here we are, armed with our rower system. Let's fire it up and start levelling out this chaff for ease of compaction. This could take a while, so we'll probably just skip through stages of this, so you don't have to see me just basically driving up and down like this for the next half an hour or so. So I'll carry on doing this, and I'll catch back up with you in just a moment. Okay, so I've taken the jumbo tool off the front and just using the leveler itself now, just for this little mound that we've shaped at the end. We're up to, as you can see, 90 something percent, and now we're at a point as well where this is starting to do more harm than good too, which was the problem with that. Once we'd started to build that mound, as we started to compact at the end, it created the issue that there we go. It created the issue that it kept pushing material too far forward. I don't want to go past that sort of ridge line, so we'll just have to keep compacting this last little bit that we have by driving over it like this with our big heavy tractor. So this is why I went for the weighted wheels, just to try and help aid compaction a little bit. I actually have no idea if these wheel weights will increase. I'd like to think that they increase the compaction rate, that they are adding weight to the tractor. I mean, that is essentially what we've done, is added weight. But in reality, in the game, I honestly don't know if it has an effect. I'd like to think it does. Maybe someone out there has already run tests. If they have, let me know. I'm really genuinely curious about that. Here we go, we're almost completely done. Just that last 1%. There it is. So, there we go, silo blanketed. And we didn't do too bad, just a tiny little bit left sticking out there. And again, just a tiny little bit at the end there as well. I'm not too worried about that. So now all we need to do is reposition our belts, ready for unloading into the shredder. There's a little bit of grass just there that could potentially be an issue. Hopefully it won't be. Let's pick up all that loose chaff. Now we've grabbed the grass as well. I'm just going to dump that here, out the way. And then we can come in with the bucket later. There we go. Turn the unload here off, so we don't accidentally scoop up anything else we shouldn't be. And now I'm going to do the same around the other end. So there we are, we seem to have scooped up everything. Doesn't appear to be anything else. Just double check over here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so beautiful. Let's go and unload this little bit of chaff. Okay, and we'll unload this just to the side of the grass for two reasons. One, it's a separate material. There we go. Two, I don't want to get too close to that grass in case we start picking that back up again. So let's stop unloading. There we go. So now what we need to do is we need to... Have I just picked up a little bit of grass again? Goddamn have, haven't I? Alright, let's... and some chaff. Where's that come from? Let's drop that in the field just here. I don't think it's possible to actually avoid picking some of this stuff up, which is quite frustrating. There we go. So we want this in a position like this, nice and flush with our silage, or what will be our silage when it finishes fermenting. Push it right up against it like that. There we go. That's good. So turn the engine off on that one. Jump into this one here. This one's going to be a little bit trickier. There we go. Pop that one out. I need to reposition this belt because it did kind of get knocked a little bit. Let's just close those together a little bit more just for this next bit. Make it easier to reposition this. Hard to see what I'm doing. Let's get some more height. There we go, that looks pretty good. Slide that across. Look at that, there we go, beautiful. So, we can turn the engine off on that one. And that belt is also going to need a slight reposition as well. Nothing too drastic on this one. I'm hoping I can literally just pivot like that. Let's take a look. Ah, beautiful. So let's close that down again. And just to be on the safe side, just sneak forward just a touch. Okay, so our silage is all set. We have 2% fermentation at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the 828 over here. When this is finished, we will shovel all of this loose stuff that's here all the way up to this end before we start tipping into that. So let me check. We're getting the right belt first of all. There we go, that's the right one. Unload here is turned off. What I'm going to do is, just to make sure, now we know that the angle is right, just going to turn that like that so it doesn't just start selling straight away, because what I want to do is make sure that we're selling all at the same price. And if we start selling and then it stops, the price will drop. So I'm going to speed time up all the way through to morning. We'll see how well this is doing, and hopefully our crops will be a little bit closer to being ready for harvest as well. As you can see, they're going into the final stages of growth now. I think they've just got one more stage left. They may even possibly be in that final stage. So we'll speed time up and see what happens. So while we wait for our crops to become ready for harvest and for our silage to finish fermenting, you can see just how low our food is getting for our pigs. We desperately need to start to work on getting them all the stuff we need. Now, with the crops that we have growing, we do have, as you can see, it's still not quite ready for harvest just yet, but it's getting close. A few more hours, I think, in game, and it should be there. Yeah, we do have wheat and barley and corn and sunflowers all growing at the moment. Now, with our pigs, we need corn, we need wheat and barley, and we need canola, sunflowers or soybeans, and we need potatoes or sugar beets. So we have everything covered with our current round of crops, apart from the sugar beets. We don't have quite enough money to deal with that yet. We're up to 65% on our fermentation so far. How's the crops coming along? they're so close to popping. Come on. Come on, crops. Okay, so what have we got? Oh, we've got a great demand for wool. Beautiful. So let's slow time down. Actually, no, I want to be here. I've actually got quite a bit of wool. We hop over the fence and over the wall here. So you've got 2 full pallets and about half another pallet. So if we check our animal stats, yeah, 47%. Productivity is at 90 because they're not very clean at the moment. Same with the cows. The cows' productivity is slowed right down as well. So we do have to tidy up after those guys. I didn't actually look to see... I'm so bad at doing this. I didn't look to see how long we've got on the Great Demand. But the price is pretty good. Let's just speed time up a little bit and watch the price and see if it goes up or down. I'd like it to go up. 7.3 is a little bit low. It's looking pretty static at the moment, isn't it? Sometimes a price will be set and we'll just stay at that price and then start to drop. Sometimes it will start at a price and then go up a little bit through the Great Demand and then peak and then, yeah, it's falling. All right, we need to get on this right away. So, where are our arms? Where are our arms? Do we only have the one set? Oh no, there they are. I left them in the workshop area. Completely forgot I'd put them in there. So I was worried that the price was going to drop, and that's exactly what's happened. While we've got the bucket loaded, we're very quickly going to drive through here. Not going to worry about dealing with the sheep as well, but very quickly going to just scoop up this feed. Just to tidy up the cow area a little bit. Give them a bit more grass. And scoop again on the way back through. Because we can tip in here as well. There we go. So that's the cows tidied up. Just knocked the wheelbarrow out of the way. Let's disconnect the buckets. Pick up these pallets. It's a shame that we can't realistically carry more than one of these pallets. I mean, we could gamble with 2, but it's a bit risky. The only other option we've got is to pull our trailer out, but it's such a big trailer. It's kind of a bit of a long trailer for just 2.5 pallets. Let's see, has that price dropped even more? 733. It's going down still, but if we're quick, it won't drop too much as we ferry these around. So I'm going to go and sell all of these wool pallets and make a nice little bit of money. So here we are with our first pallet, approaching the sell point. There we go, and we got 14,500 from that pallet. That's really nice. So let's go get the other ones. Alright, so I've just loaded up the second pallet. We've lost €3 off the price in the time that it's taken us to take the first pallet over, sell it, come back and pick up the second one. That's not too bad. I can live with a loss of €3. It may be 5 by the time we get back there again. That price is definitely dropping a little bit. But it's holding steady because it's a great demand and it's not plummeting with us selling, you know, our wool. Which is good. It's what we want. It's what we need. We need that price to stay nice and strong. So here we are with the second one. So expecting a very, very similar price, slightly lower, but very, very similar. So around 14,500. And we have chopped in over 50% on the other pallet as well. So there we go, it's starting to sell. I'll leave that there to finish processing through. Let's see how much we make. 14.6 again, beautiful. Has that price dipped even further? Another €2, that's fine. So it's still holding nice and strong, which is exactly what we need. And this great demand has come at just the right time because we needed the beet harvesting equipment. And this is giving us the money to, at the very least, hire some, if not even buy some outright. Plus, it also gives us the money with the 35,000 or so that we have left on our loan. It gives us the money to potentially buy a root storage crop placeable as well. They are 98,000, I think. They're over 90,000. Oh, come on, traffic. Really shouldn't try and overtake on the blind hill. And I'm doing it again, look. Oh, come on, come on. Alright, I know there's no oncoming traffic as we go around this corner. So, let's be a little naughty. There we go. We've got wool to sell. At a price that is ever so slowly ticking down. We're losing money the longer it takes to get back there. Yeah, this should give us, we made what, 14.6 again, so we're talking 7,800 we should get for our, is that right? No, that's not right, 7,300. Maths is not my strong point at this time of the day. 7,300 or so is what we should get for our final pallet. Maybe a little bit more than that. But that'll be a nice little boost as well. So that'll put us on around 46,000, maybe 47. So it won't be enough, unfortunately, to be able to buy a root storage crop mod. But it will be enough to get the harvesting equipment that we need. Of course, we still need to plant some beets. That's kind of by the by. As long as we have the equipment in, then that's the most important thing. So this is it then, the final container. And then we can get our beet equipment. And what I'll also do is I'll probably buy one pallet. Maybe, yeah, just the one pallet of pig food, just to top them up just a touch. Just a touch. Because they are almost completely out of food. And I want to keep them going just a little bit longer until I can get those sugar beets in. So there we go, 7,400. So we have 46,800. Now we started with what, 10,100, something like that. So $36,500 off that wool. That's really nice. So let's get some new equipment. So beets. You definitely not buying this. Let's hire. And hire. Okay. And pallets. I want a pallet of pig food. That's placeables. Pallets, there we go. Did I buy the pallet? Yes, I did. Thought for a second I might have actually accidentally cancelled on that first one that I looked at. So, this is where we get clever and creative with our transporting. So we'll hook up to the pallet. Spin around the corner. Hook up to the top removal. Hook up to the rear tool. And now we have to drive this monstrosity back to the farm. So we've got 37,000 left. We've got 35 in available loan money as well. So we're at 72,000. We're about 20 odd thousand short when it comes to buying a root crop storage mod. But we have crops that I'm hoping will be ready to harvest. We'll grab a little gander at them as we drive past. So we've got to go to the main farm first of all to drop off this pallet. Yeah, the pig farm. And we can see there, look in the distance, you can see our crops are also now ready for harvesting. That's awesome. So we'll have the money we need to buy a root crop storage mod very soon, because we'll be able to sell some of those grains and use them for buying a mod. In fact, don't we still have some soybeans left as well? We do. We still have soybeans, although the price has kind of tanked a little bit. And we've got plenty of straw as well, but we need that. We need to hang on to that. So, I need to disconnect that. Disconnect that. Let's deal with the pigs. And we'll pick up that loose feed as well. There we go. Let's drop that there. Seeing as we're here, we may as well deal with our pig cleanliness issue. Need to really have a proper clean out of these tools as well. Start replacing some of them and removing the ones we just don't need. There's no point taking them to the shop to sell them because they're just not worth it. But we will quick sell them. Oh dear, I'm struggling to pick that stuff up. Let's try that again. Get the bucket down, right angle. There we go, that's better. Tip the corn back in. That was the thing that they had the least of, because they'd thrown it all over the floor. And you watch, by the time I get back, having dealt with the cows and then done the wool, grabbed the equipment, dealt with the pigs, by the time I get back there, there'll be mess all over the cow floor again as well. You know, you remember from an episode or two ago just how messy those cows were in the space of, what, 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes? They completely trashed their feed area once again. Ooh. I need my pallet forks. Nearly forgot those. There we go. So let's get resituated with our equipment. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to pick up these eggs while we're here as well. Let's grab these. Quite a few of them. It's been a day or two since I last picked these up. Any more for any more? There we go, beautiful. More eggs for the bucket. I mean, they're worth hardly anything at all. You need to have hundreds upon hundreds of eggs to even make it worthwhile selling them. But we might as well pick them up. One of these days we'll have a bumper egg payday. And by that I mean we might actually hit 4 figures. Right, let's get this beat equipment up to field 33. You know, I completely forgot as well. We also have our silage. It's almost finished fermenting. We have that money as well still to come. So we are in a really, really healthy position now with our finances. Yeah, we have some loan money left. We have our beet equipment leased and in place. We just need to plant the beets now. We have 4 different crops all ready to harvest. It's going to be a very busy episode, next episode. As we get all that harvesting done and sort out all of our silage. Let's see, let's just check. How are we looking, fill-wise? 78%, so we're almost there. Let's double check on our animals again. So cleanliness has gone back up for the cows. We need to... The pigs hasn't quite triggered yet, but that will do. They've got about a day's worth of food left by the look of it, which is good. If we plant our beets today, then tomorrow, when they run out of food, we should have just enough, just enough food left in their troughs to keep them going long enough for us to actually sort them out with proper food. And we need to deal with our sheep. We need to tidy them up. So we're going to close out the episode by looking after our sheep, sorting out their cleanliness. Stomach is growling. Haven't had any breakfast yet. Okay, so we need the bucket. Do we need water? They're a little bit low on water, yes. We do have some in here, but we can always do more. So let's top the water up. It's probably way more than we need for our small number of sheep. That's something else we could do as well. Depending on how much money we get from our silage, we could maybe look at buying a new piece of equipment, or we could buy more animals and really ramp up our animal production. I'm not going to buy any more pigs. They can take care of themselves, but we could buy some more cows, and we could buy some more sheep as well, because this is the second great demand we've had for wool now. There we go. So we could have actually just not bothered filling up their trailer. Yeah, the water trailer. We could have just emptied what we had in there, because that would probably have been enough. But it's done now, so let's clean up the feed area, and then what I'll do is I'll shovel a load more grass in as well from that sort of stockpile we have just behind. I wonder if I can scoop this into... No, it won't let me do that. I thought maybe I could just sort of touch it and drop it straight in at exactly the same time. It doesn't seem to like that idea. There we go. Nice big stockpile here. Did this deliberately just to make... Oops. Tipped a little bit too soon there. That's an issue. I don't think I can actually pick that grass up. Ah dear. Oh well, we've got some loose grass in there that's just there for cosmetic effect now. Maybe in the future I might bring a conveyor up here or something just to deal with that little bit of grass that's sticking in there. Scoop it out that way. In fact, I probably will do that once we've dealt with the silage. How are they looking for grass? Ooh, almost done. One more scoop. That will probably be enough, just to be on the safe side. Oh, we'll tip it all over the floor. There we go. Yeah, there we go. It literally was just a couple of hundred that we needed. So, let's get that loose bit just there. There we go. Sorted. So our sheep are now taken care of. Our cows are, you know, touched up a bit. Our pigs are improved. We have everything we need, apart from the beets, to give our pigs a proper feeding and really start to fatten them up. And we just need to plant the beets, which we'll do. We'll do next. We'll get the beets, get the grass cut and dumped up by the sheep. Unless, actually, how am I looking on hay bales? There's 7 hay bales. I think I might turn that field up top into hay. Stock up the hay bales for our cows. They are getting close to needing some more food. Yeah, their straw, their grass is low. I mean, they're pretty good on silage and hay, and obviously they've got their power food is running low. We can top those up as well. Plenty of stuff that we can do with those guys. So thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob. Hope you're liking the new style of editing, and I will catch you next Friday for more Fendt Farm.